Bonjour tout le monde, welcome back to Oui In France, where we talk about everyday French life and beyond. My name's Diane, I'm an American who's lived in France since 2012, and I also blog at ouinfrance.com. It's a living abroad lifestyle blog, and I would love for you to check that out, a link down below. But today we're gonna get right into a video. It's actually part 2 of a French chocolate tasting video, but this is with German chocolate. I had to cut my other video short because my dog came in and wanted to eat all the chocolate, which is super dangerous. So this is part 2. I sent a box of French grocery store chocolate to my friend Aspen of Aspen Abroad in Germany, and she did the same. She sent me a big box of German grocery store chocolate, and today we're gonna get into that. My little disclaimer is this is chocolate you can find at grocery stores in Germany. So it's not necessarily German brands, but it's just mainstream chocolate that's affordable that you can find at German grocery stores. For the record, I speak no German other than Guten Tag, and I don't know how to pronounce anything. So apologies on that. But let's just jump into some of the more interesting things that Aspen sent me. I'm gonna reel a clip of everything that's in this box just so you can get a feel, and then we're gonna dive into some of it. So roll that now. Okay, and we're back. So the first thing I'm gonna grab are these, in French you say this Haribo, the H is silent, and looks like Mups is the name. And there's a little pug dog here on the front. So we'll just get right into these. Good thing I have some scissors. Very handy, okay. And these just look like regular gummy candies. Haribo is really common in France as well. Yeah, regular gummy candy, really good. Okay, the next thing we'll get into, there are 3 candies here from Ritter. Looks like a yogurt one, some type of like a cornflakes, crunchy, and I think this is speculoos, which we have in France as well. So let's see. I think I'll try the yogurt one. Let me put these ones aside. We'll get right in that. I did a few videos on my own channel here from the French grocery store, a souvenir video, also one about Christmas favorites that might be of interest, so check that out. And inside we have little squares like this, and you can see the yogurt, so it's good. Nice and creamy, no artificial taste, no weird aftertaste. Just a really nice kind of creamy, middle of the road chocolate, no nuts, nothing crunchy. Yeah, I have to say it reminds me kind of Milka or some of the brands you find in France. I can't say I've seen Ritter Sport or anything in French grocery stores, but I did see it in Aldi, which is a German chain, and I just did a video on that, so I'll link that down below. The next thing we have is, it looks like some type of chocolate wafer, and I think this has like a nutty, like I hate noisette or praliné in French. I'm really not into that. So my husband, on the other hand, he loves that. It's his favorite flavor. So I'm just gonna have a small bite here, see if it's, yeah. So there is a little bit of that praliné taste that I don't love. So I'm gonna put this one aside for him. But I have to say, really fresh. She sent this to me just around Christmas time, and it's now mid-January. And still really fresh, light. And if you like Nutella and that kind of taste, this is really good. And I have to say, I'm not too like put off by it. I normally hate that taste, but I don't know, just the way it all came together with the wafer and the cream, it was actually really good. Let's see. Okay, this is so pretty. This little, I think it's a Marzipan pig. And I think these come in all different shapes, like bells and everything around the holiday season. But I just feel bad opening it up and biting into it because it's so cute. But we'll bite off its ear or something. Poor thing. Yeah, so there's our little pig. I don't know if it'll focus, but very cute. Let me just try a little bit. Yeah, so that's really good. If you like almond paste, and you'll see what it looks like. It's almost like a fudgy, really dense, kind of cakey almond flavor. Really good if you're into marzipan and that sort of thing. We'll put him aside. And then I think something similar that might also have an almond kind of marzipan taste are these Mozart candies that I've never seen before. They definitely don't have these in France, unlike some of the other brands that we'll get to, like Milka coming up next. This, of course, exists in France. And as I said in the beginning, these aren't necessarily German brand chocolates or French brand chocolates. They're just candy that's available in Germany and possibly other countries. You'll have to let me know below if you live in Austria, Belgium, if you could get these Mozarts. All right, so let me just pop one out. I feel like we could do like an ASMR video. Okay, I'm gonna spare your ears. Okay, so here we have our nice little Mozart. This is giving me flashbacks to my Mon Chéri, the cherry candy. I don't know why, like in the little foil. That was a disaster. Okay, so this is just normal. There's no writing or anything. Let me have a taste. Go on. Okay, so I think this is marzipan again on the inside. Can't read German, so I can't really confirm that. But it doesn't smell like almond, like the little pig. It really smelled like almond paste, and it was really strong. This is much more subtle, with what looks to be a dark and a milk chocolate shell. But yeah, it's a much lighter taste. Really good, not overly sweet, but we just don't have a super strong taste of almond. But they're really good, and I love the packaging. I love that it's Mozart and something that I've never seen in France. Okay, so we'll put Mozart aside. We'll see what we have next. So this next one, Milka, this is something that I see in France. Tuc are really good, kind of like the French version of Ritz crackers. And so this is gonna have the sweet and the savory, the sweet and the salty. Let's just see if we can open this. Okay, and what it looks like, they're like the little mini crackers inside. So you can see that there's one cracker kind of melted in. Looks like this. Let's see how it tastes. Yeah, so for me, I love sweet and salty, and I hate when things are way too sweet. So for me, this is perfect. Has a nice texture of the cracker with the chocolate, and yeah, I would recommend it for sure. And for those of you who are watching, like, wow, Diane, you've done a lot of like grocery store food content. You know what? It's something right now with the pandemic and just everything going on that's accessible for me because we can go to grocery stores. I'm there anyway. So I've been doing this content, one, because it's easy for me to do, and also because you guys have been requesting it. You seem to like it, but this is not turning into a food channel or anything like that. Just wanted to clarify that because a few people were like, oh, you've been doing a lot of videos on food, but we'll get back to other content soon, and I'm always open to your ideas and suggestions about what you'd like to see. Okay, so the next thing, we have what looks like little marzipan eggs with Christmas decorations and winter decor on that. And I think I'm seeing a trend that marzipan is really common in Germany. So they're like little white eggs. Okay. So these have like a white eggshell with a dark chocolate and then marzipan. Again, not as sweet, not as strong as the little pig, but still really good, really nice. Next, you might know the Kinder Surprise egg. It's funny, I sent Aspen one and it arrived broken, and then without me knowing, she sent me one and it has arrived broken. But the thing is, I think they used to be illegal in the US just because the toy was a choking hazard. I don't know if that's still the case. Let me know below if you know. But it's milk chocolate, I think white chocolate, and then there's a toy inside. So these are big with the kids. And let me just open this up. And what do we have inside? I think I have a little Santa Claus. In French, he's called Le Père Noël. Le Père Noël. And he has some skis. Okay, and then I think the last thing I will try, this is something that the Naber es Papier, so bad, looks like some kind of like fruity sheet candy that I've never tried. Never even seen this stuff. Not available in France. Okay, and it's a little, they're like little wafers. Whoop! One just fell. Okay. So we'll just, Naber is paper. Looks like red berries. It says it's vegan. And it's just a really thin sheet like this. It's literally like a piece of paper, wafer, okay. And it tastes like a piece of paper. It's like it makes me want to keep eating it to try to see if it tastes better if you eat more. But it really doesn't. It kind of reminds me of like communion wafers if you're Catholic or another religion where you have some type of wafer communion at your place of worship. It kind of reminds me of that. There's a light like a lavender tinge to it and a slight taste of berries, which makes sense because the little mouse on the front has berries on it. But there's really no taste. This doesn't. No, I don't know why I keep trying it. There's nothing going on here. It literally tastes like a berry sheet of paper that's kind of like a communion wafer, if that makes sense. But yeah, not really my thing. The last thing that Aspen sent, unfortunately, I can't try these. I have an allergy, and one of my contraindicated things is in this. But let me know if you've tried these before, and if they're any good. They're the Weiss spread or Weiss Meiterklaas. They seem to be like a spice cookie. They look really good, actually. In French, we have something called the pain d'épices, like a spice bread. And they're completely wrapped, so I can't even smell them. But they look really festive and nice for winter. So let me know if you've tried them. And yeah, that pretty much gets us through our box. All right, everyone, that wraps up today's video on chocolate that you could find at a German grocery store. As I said, check out my friend Aspen's video below so you can see what I sent her from the French grocery store. And I would love it if you subscribe to my newsletter below. You get a free guide all about the do's and don'ts of what you should be doing or not doing as a tourist when you come to France. And also check out my merch if that's something of interest. I'd love for you to tag me on a story or on a feed post on Instagram. I will totally reshare, and I really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much, everyone. Bonne année and à bientôt. Salut!